last preparations. As you know from the last few videos, making the poncho, the plush palatka, I actually pulled a muscle, so I had a bit rough, the last 2 nights were a bit rough, so it's a bit like twisting branches against each other, yeah, so I hope that works out, because no, that's actually a request from my mate Andy, yeah, he obviously wanted to see how I'm putting all this into action. So basically everything here, well, not the box, but everything here is what I'm taking on a trip to show you what I'm doing. And it's a bit sad, but usually I'm actually missing my mate, because over the last, well, it's, yeah, you can say almost 20 years, we did quite a few trips and together, you know, like on a motorcycle to Scotland and Sweden, and a canoe trip in Wales and this sort of, yeah, and hiking in Sweden in the woods, and we really enjoy that. And unfortunately my mate isn't able to join me again, so every few years, well, we can do a trip, but then only for 2 weeks, and then but anyway, spare you the details. I put some a little bit of slideshow in with some pictures, yeah, so it shows you what we did, just a quick one. But what I wanted to show you is last preparations before I hit the road. Obviously shoes, yeah, shoes wants to be waterproof. These are the Altberg, English, British made Altberg, actually in Scotland, in York, yeah, they are based in York somewhere. So these are the Altberg boots, yeah, the microlight, they're very lightweight boots, and I waterproof them today again, yeah. And you may wonder why don't you, I actually taking these boots because they're so comfortable, they're lightweight, and yeah, they are, I mean, I'm not taking, I got the same boots as new, as a spare, but I stick with the old worn out one to avoid blisters, yeah, so I give them a bit of wax today. Got the Lundhags, what is it? Lundhags, the Swedish Lundhags wax, yeah, boot wax, and I'm actually, what I'm doing usually with a little hair dryer, melt that up, yeah, a bit, and give it a brush. I got some brush here, and put that on, so that's what I'm showing you. And generally for leather, I actually prefer Wilma's leather grease, which is, that's like, smells like, that's bushcraft perfume, yeah, so if you watch out, it's a bit hard to get these days, but I got a bit of stock of it, so I prefer this for all sort of leather stuff. There's actually more fat in it, while the Lundhags wax contains more wax, yeah, so the wax is basically better for as a last finish on the boots, and this one is better for soften the leather, yeah, because there's more fat in it, both making the leather waterproof, but yeah, obviously give it a good rush afterwards. Beside of that, I got everything here, obviously little tripod thing, yeah, for the camera, and I got a handful of batteries here, yeah, so I can keep going. A few memory cards, so I'm not running out. I got Tyvek maps from the area I'm planning to go. Yeah, I got my favorite snacks, the old cranberry and blueberry stuff. Because I'm not quite finished with the with my newly made poncho, yeah. There's still some loopy bits with the dynamic missing on it. So what I'm doing I take my trusty old wire thingy with me and a few meters of the dynamo, and so I can make some loops up in the woods. Yeah, gives me something to do in the evening. Yeah, making loops, and yeah. So instead of pushing the date for departure, I carry on doing it a bit on the last push, yeah, because I had a bit of misfit with my pull muscle, and hope it works with the rucksack. Basically, it's all packed, all in here, and I don't have to change a lot. If you wonder about clothing, yeah, I'm using wool, merino wool. That's the wool power t-shirt, yeah, very lightweight, and got a little merino jumper, yeah, just if it gets cold. But basically, yeah, got my woolly hat and my Loden anorak, which goes together with the better flag, yeah, the large woolly alpine poncho, yeah. So I got the waterproof poncho here, and the warmth for warmth, and as a blanket replacement or additional or multi-purpose, the wetter flag. And yeah, you will see all this kit in the video. Well, splitting up between several occasions, and I hope you enjoy. I hope it's not getting too noisy with the hairdryer, but what I'm doing is just melting the wax, yeah, just on the surface, and so it's actually soaking into the leather much easier, and yeah, smear it all over the place, and make these boots once again waterproof. So actually I can walk or standing in water on the little stream anywhere, on don't get soaked feet. It actually works out quite well, and done that plenty time, but obviously, yeah, it wants to be reproofed from time to time. So it's not a fashion item, these boots. They are, yeah, protecting my feet, and keeps me going. So this is a good idea to keep your boots in good shape, because when you start getting blisters, it's just getting awkward. It's really, it's a pain in the ass, as you may imagine. So yeah, the softer and worn in some boots are, the better they get. Yeah. I'm using a little hairdryer again, just for heating the boots up, yeah, so the leather gets warmed up, and makes it easier for the wax and the grease to soak into the leather really deep, yeah, and open the pores basically. So you can see they're getting all shiny, yeah. And after that I'm gonna rub the molten up again, the molten wax, and to work it all into the boots, yeah, and they're getting really waterproof that way. And it's not a big task, it's just every so often needs to be redone. Yeah, I haven't done that for a year or so, but now as the last preparation for hitting the road, I'm actually doing that, yeah. So while it's still warm, I'm just give it another little rub without adding any new wax to it, yeah. just spread that further in, and so, especially on the tip, it's often getting all dull, and that's where the moisture gets in easily. Needs a good rub. Just spread the wax all over it and work it in. So after that's done, I usually let them dry off and cool down for a few hours, maybe overnight. And after that, you only need a bit of polish and they're ready to go. Yeah, this Altberg boots, they are really good. They're not the cheapest boots around, but if you buy cheap, you buy twice, isn't it? So, yeah, the boots are done, and I put the link down, and there's the micro light, yeah, the sneaker micro light. There's the all leather ones, yeah, the brown leather. They got the in black as well, and in suit leather for desert condition. But the brown one is well, it's basically they're the latest military edition, but they're very lightweight, and I got them for, I don't know, I must have them already for 4 or 5 years, yeah, and used them on multiple trips already, and they're still in perfect condition. And if you wander on the inside, I got felt-inlay, just the old felt-inlay, yeah, and nothing else. So I'm using woolly socks, yeah, the Wool Power merino socks, and that's all I'm having on my feet. The idea is not to have boots that are too heavy because they pull you down. Yeah. So if you keep lightweight boots, or yeah, your feet on the lightweight, you're easier to walk around without slurping and dragging along. Yeah. So the more you got on the feet, the more you suffer. That's one tip I can give you. Alright, another just a quick tip on this Swedish boot wax, yeah, especially the Wilmas. It's a mix of birch tar, pine tar, and beeswax, yeah. So they are not much. Well, it's an old recipe, and yeah, it smells like bushcraft. Not bad. It's like it smells like a campfire, and yeah, charcoal. So like a dry fire, yeah, and so that keeps actually the mozzies away. As a little side note, yeah, because when you cover yourself into, they don't like smoke, yeah, and when you smell like smoke, they won't attack you, yeah, because up north, Scandinavia, there are lots of mozzies in summer. It's not too bad in May, June, yeah, but later in the year when it's getting wet, so that's why I'm hitting the road now, and not waiting any longer. Yeah, thought I may give you a bit info on the Altberg boots, yeah. That's a sneaker MK2 microlight, yeah, and I got medium fit and size 10, yeah, because it's the UK, which is equal to 44 in the European size. So these are my trusty old boots, yeah, and because they're so comfortable, I actually bought a new set, yeah. They come in a nice box like that. So this is an unpacking box, yeah. Comes in with some paperwork, Altberg military boots, yeah, and some paperwork like how the boot is actually made like, yeah, and yeah, and that's the new ones, yeah. So that's I bought a spare set of it, and because it's so comfortable, so I'm taking my old ones for on the trail, yeah, but for spare I'm having a brand new pair which I'm keeping in storage, yeah. So if I can't get them anymore for any reason, I still have a spare. They're exactly the same, they're just this one there for 3 years younger, yeah. So I bought them last year or the year before, I can't remember, and they are not even being used once, yeah. So they're brand new, but for comfort I'm taking my old tacky ones, yeah, and keep them alive as long as possible, and gives them a rub with a hairbrush, yeah, that's the horsehair brush, no plastic, and wipes the wax in, or takes the excess off, and so they are really, really nice, yeah. So both of them, and that's preparations for the trail to come. And as I say, you may have to hang on a bit, because I'm not capable of sending or uploading any videos or editing them on the trail. I have to wait until I come back, and that can take weeks, can take months, maybe just a few days, I don't know. But in January, yeah. Stay tuned and enjoy. There's a lot of info to come, especially to show you all my kit in the wild, on the go, and there's no safety net. Well, I could go back home then, yeah, but it's a journey. It's a 4,000-mile journey up north, and roaming around there a bit, and then put all this kit to the test. That's why I'm taking the woolly stuff, yeah, because up north it's not as hot than in the south or in Germany. Yeah, the summers they're getting really, really hot, I get sweat, and the last few summers they were dreadful. Yeah, just boiling hot, no rain whatsoever, and so up north, at least the nights, they're going to be a bit cooler. So yeah, I keep you upset. I'll put the link down for the boots, and seeing a bit of a slideshow of my mate. Yeah, and this is my chunky old mate Andy on the break in Sweden. We've done some bike trips together, quite a few by now, enduro style, and I'm doing a bit of cooking in the woods and the old overnight at the lake, just a hammock in the trees. This is basically a video of the whole series, or the channel actually, to keep my mate Andy happy. He's a bit in has a bit misfortune for the moment, and yeah, just to keep his spirit up, he's actually asking for me, well, to put all this. He's enjoying that, and I'm doing this basically for my mate, not for my own whatever. Yeah, it's fun as well doing it, but yeah, so as you can see, hang on, and the next few videos will take a while until they show up, and but it's probably well worth subscribe and hang on. Yeah.